Right, guys. So this is the call we did last night. It was about breaking through weight loss plateaus. Some of you probably not got this level yet. And a few weeks down the line, but it's more when you've lost a substantial amount of weight. Let me just tidy up here a minute. It's got too much going on. So there we go. So the breakthrough plateaus is really when you lost a substantial amount of weight and then you get stuck. How to avoid them, break through them, and when they do happen, and reach your goals faster with less frustration. Plateau is when your progress stops, the scale doesn't budge, and it sees as if your body refuses to lose more weight. This is hitting a plateau. It happens to everyone, so don't worry about it. It might feel like a brick wall. It's blocking reaching goals. It can be quite frustrating, to say the least. But don't worry, everyone plateaus. It's what you do next that counts. What causes a plateau? It can be water weight. I mean, you can drop weight really quick initially because you've got excess carbs in your body, excess water if you train too hard, excess water. And it also be glycogen. Any carbohydrates you use will be converted to glycogen that goes into your muscles, your liver, and your bloodstream. Once you deplete those on a carb-free diet first couple of weeks, you go to a form of ketosis. It can be water weight. Metabolism slowed down if you cut too much weight too quick, or you go on too crazy calorie deficit. You're going to lose muscle. Metabolic rate is going to slow down. Food choices. Obviously, if you eat a lot more carbs, and you look at the second half of a carbohydrate is hydrate. Every time you eat carbs, for every 1 gram of carb, you retain 3 grams of water. So it's always, I think, very lean proteins, lots of green veg, and some good fats is kind of your basis for most meals. This subconscious thing, when you've lost weight, in the back of your brain, you're thinking, you know what, I'm doing really well here. I can eat a bit more. And it's not something you do consciously. It's usually a subconscious habit. And you've got to remember, changing your body composition is a marathon, not a sprint. That's a really good one. So just be aware of your portion sizes and check them. If you're unsure, message me and start sending me pictures via the app of your food on a plate with a cup or a mug next to it. Hormones, stress and more, they're massively important for that. We'll talk about that in a minute. Your body's adjusted to workout plans. Maybe you start a workout plan, it's become too easy. Then you need to crank it up. You need to walk faster. Like if you walk at 3.5 miles an hour, and you're doing 4 miles or 5 miles and 10,000 steps. Maybe you need to go faster and do a little bit more. This is what I really do suggest: take photographs. We're not looking just at weight and body fat and lean body mass. We're looking at tape measurements. And I think Caroline mentioned this earlier. We're looking at photos as well, and also the mirror and your clothes. Scroll down here. I want to get to 10 ways. So if you really do hit a plateau and you're struggling, we can start tracking food. I mean, the way my app works, if you follow the meals in there, it's not on here because I did this a little while ago. If you follow the actual meals in there, you can then click on them and serve et today, and it will tell you how many calories you've eaten. Or you can just go in there and scan bar foods or create your own recipe books and save them, and then just click them when you eat that type of food. 2 is activity level. Make sure you are pushing up the activity levels on a regular basis, moving faster, taking shorter rest periods, training more often. And you've got to remember, it's not just the workouts, it's the activity you do outside of workouts that makes a huge contribution, like 30%. This is like low-level walking, shopping, gardening, that kind of stuff. Eat protein, no brainer. Every bit of protein you eat, you burn 40% of the calories ingested just by eating it, and carbs like 2 or 3%, and fats about 0.5%. What's your alcohol intake? I mean, yeah, I'm not, if you want to have a drink, then have a drink, but just be aware that it's empty calories. I think, let me just check. I'm pretty certain I think it's 6 to 9. I think it's 6 to 9. I'll tell you in a second. 100 grams. I need, 7 calories per gram. So you've got to remember, with alcohol, it's a lot of empty calories. The other one is sneaky sugar in beverages, not just like fruit juices and sugary drinks and cokes, things like cappuccinos with sugar and chocolate and full fat milk, they can sneak in that way as well. Change up your workouts. You do need to master one workout before changing it. Become a master at one before you move on to the next one. Check your stress levels. If you're overstressed, you release cortisol. Cortisol will make you subconsciously crave sugary foods because your body thinks in the survival mode. And also cortisol breaks down muscle, so it can make you fatter and a slower metabolic rate. So learn to manage stress or reconcile it. Sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, once again, cortisol's higher, you burn up more muscle mass. The hormones make you feel hungry. You crave food and sugary foods much easier. So get 7 to 8 hours or 9 hours a night and 25% deep sleep. Remember, your body needs a break. So we talked about this. If you've lost weight for a regular period of time, then a cheat meal is worth doing and changing. Or restart from the get. Or you could restart from the beginning here. Sometimes when you've been cutting calories for a long time, you need to like just bring that cheat meal, strategic refeed meal in, and then restart your calorie deficit. And the other one is, obviously, if none of this is working, which I don't see very often, then always just check your doctors to make sure nothing abnormal is going on. Hope that makes sense.